Prices are up, paychecks feel smaller, the economy feels rigged, and most people are doing the exact same thing with that frustration. Panic, complain, scroll, repeat. But the people who actually win in moments like this, they do something completely different. They get richer. Not louder, not more political, not more emotional. Richer. And what I'm about to show you is probably the most practical move you can America right now.
Every dollar you build right now is one less way the outside world controls your life. That's not a finance tip. That's freedom. And right now, in this economy, that's the most powerful thing I can think of.
Here's the thing about the current moment that most people miss. When the economy feels rigged, and look, that anger makes complete sense. Rent is up 40% in 5 years in most major cities. Grocery bills are 40 to 60% higher than they were in 2020. The same job that bought a house in 1995 buys a studio apartment in 2025. The math has changed and nobody updated the rule book. But here's what anger doesn't do. It doesn't pay your rent. It doesn't build your savings. It doesn't create options for you. It doesn't give you the ability to walk away from a job that's destroying you. It doesn't fund the life you actually want. Anger is real. Anger is valid. But anger without a plan just keeps you exactly where you are. And the system you're angry at stays completely intact.
The people who actually changed their financial lives in the last 5 years, the ones who built something real while everything felt uncertain, they did something counterintuitive. They stopped arguing with the system and started building something the system can't touch. A savings account the economy doesn't control, an investment portfolio that grows regardless of who's in office, skills that generate income in any economy, financial margin that means no single bad month can unravel everything. That's the real protest. Not louder, just free. And freedom from financial anxiety is something no news cycle, no election, no economic report can take from you. Once you build it, once it's yours. So the question isn't whether the system is fair. It probably isn't. The question is, what are you going to do about your own situation while you wait for fairness to arrive? Because fairness takes a long time, and your rent is due on the 1st.
4 moves, in this order. This is it. Move 1. Find where your money actually goes. Not where you think it goes, where it actually goes. Pull up your bank statement right now. 3 months. Every single line. Most people find $200 to $400 a month that either doesn't exist anymore, subscriptions still charging for services they canceled, or genuinely shocked them when they saw the real number. $40 here, $60 there, $15 for something they haven't used in 8 months. Stop those leaks first. Every dollar you recover from a leak is a dollar that can work for you instead of disappearing into nothing. You cannot invest your way out of a spending problem. That's not a motivational line. That's just math. Fix the foundation before you build on it.
Move 2. Build a wall between you and the economy. 3 months of living expenses in a high-yield savings account paying 4 to 5% right now. Liquid, available, yours. This isn't an emergency fund in the traditional sense. This is your firewall. When the economy does something unpredictable, and every single year it does something unpredictable, this money means you don't have to make a desperate decision. You don't have to take the first job offered after a layoff. You don't have to sell investments during a market drop to cover rent. You don't have to borrow from people you love and have that sit between you. 3 months of expenses. That's the number. Build it before you do anything else.
Move 3. Start investing before you feel ready. This is the one most people get wrong. They wait until they have more money, until they understand it better, until the market calms down, until things feel less uncertain. Things don't calm down. They never calm down. You will never feel ready. Here is the actual qualifier for starting. Stable income, spending audit done, 1 month of expenses saved. That's it. That's the whole list. If you have those 3 things, you start today. A total market index fund, automatic contribution every paycheck, before you see the money. You do not need to understand options. You do not need to pick stocks. You do not need a financial advisor for this level of investing. Someone who put $200 a month into a basic index fund in January 2021, right before 2 years of inflation and market volatility, and kept going without panicking, is significantly ahead right now. Because time in the market beats timing the market. Every decade this has been checked, no exceptions. $200 a month, 25 years, 7% average annual return. $162,000 from $200 a month. That math doesn't require a high salary. It requires showing up every single month.
Move 4. Build a second income before you need one. A job is a single point of failure. One decision by one company, a layoff, a restructure, a bad quarter, removes 100% of your income instantly. That's a terrifying amount of risk to carry as your entire financial strategy. The second income doesn't need to be a passion project. It doesn't need to be something you love. It just needs to exist, separate from your employer, separate from their decisions about your value. $500 a month from something outside your job changes your entire psychology. You become less afraid at work, less desperate, less likely to accept treatment you wouldn't otherwise tolerate, because you know that if one income disappears, you're not starting from zero. Freelance skills, a service you can offer online, dividend income from the investments you're now building, any of these. The goal in year 1 isn't passive income. The goal is proof that money can come from more than one place, because that proof, once you have it, changes how you see everything.
Now let me show you what these 4 moves look like in real numbers. Not a story, not a best case scenario,
The actual math for someone earning a normal American salary right now. Here's the real number breakdown. Someone earning $55,000 a year. After tax, roughly $3,100 a month take home. They run the spending audit. Find $230 a month in leaks. Stop them. High yield savings, $200 of that goes in automatically. In 12 months, $2,400 saved, growing at 4.5%. First time in their life, they have a real cushion. Investing, $200 a month into a total market fund. Not exciting, not impressive, just consistent. Every single paycheck, before they see it. Second income, they spend 3 months building a skill. By month 5, $350 a month coming in outside their job. Not life-changing on its own, but it means a bad month at work is just a bad month, not a financial crisis. 12 months from now, same person, same $55,000 salary, has actual savings, investments growing, a second income starting, and permanently changed spending habits. No raise, no windfall, no viral side hustle. Just 4 moves executed.
Now, here's the part I actually want you to sit with. The world outside is gonna keep doing what it does. Prices will move. The market will swing. Politics will be loud. The economy will feel uncertain. Because it is uncertain. Because it has always been uncertain. That's not changing. What changes is your relationship to all of it. Because the person with 3 months saved, 2 income sources, and growing investments, they watch the news differently. They don't panic the same way. They don't make desperate decisions in desperate moments. They have something the anxious economy cannot touch. Options. The quiet freedom of a person who built something real while everyone else was just reacting. That's what Tori Dunlap meant when she said getting rich is a protest. Not the getting rich part, the freedom part. The ability to say no when you need to walk away when you have to make choices based on what you actually want, not what you're financially forced into. That kind of freedom doesn't come from a raise. It doesn't come from a lucky investment. It doesn't come from the economy finally being fair. It comes from 4 moves, applied consistently, starting this week. Not next month. This week.
The 4 moves are simple. Starting is the hard part. If this video gave you even one reason to start this week,
Not next month, this week. Subscribe. I'll be here with the next one. See you then.